Hello and welcome to Film Theory, the show where we analyze movies and sorry, that's a joke right there. I am 17 years old, which means that I am prone to make some cringy. So, for this video, which I'm very proud of and passionate about, I wanted to get the cringe factor to 100 right in the beginning so that the rest of it less cringy. So, let's get into it. Being a nerd with no friends frees up a lot of time for me to play video games and man, I have to rethink my life. Well, besides playing video games, recently I have been writing some passages in the fictional world Rye that I've created, which I will talk about later. But right now, I want to create an audio book sort of format of the first short story that I have submitted in this fictional world. I know that Utah, Utah, the Mormon capital of the world. I know that YouTube is a platform that is mostly for visual experiences and all of that, so listening to an audiobook doesn't sound like a lot of fun. So I also have some film of me just having a nice old snowball fight with my friend Chance that you can watch while I read this to you. So without ado, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna read it to you now. So yeah. The story is called The Sweetest Strawberries. I actually don't like strawberries. I think I'm going to switch it to The Sweetest Strawberry. So forget everything I just said 5 seconds ago. Ahem. There was a rabbit. The rabbit lived her life fearful and timid, always careful, always cautious. She enjoyed eating cabbages, wild radish, carrots, beets, and most of all, strawberries. But there was something special about this rabbit. This rabbit had forsaken her community and chosen a life of chance and adventure on the road, against her instincts and fears. One night, the rabbit spied a crackling campfire. She crept up, closer and closer to the edge of the camp and saw nothing and no one, except the warm campfire in a small enclosure of trees and tall grass, and a prize, a small bushel of strawberries. Filled with greed, the rabbit bounded toward the strawberries, leaving all care and caution, and hungrily ate. The strawberries were so good, the rabbit thought, so sweet, yet so sour in the same bite. She hadn't eaten much in the past week, and these strawberries were just the thing to raise her spirits. The rabbit ate strawberry after strawberry until she was stuffed with the glorious red fruit. "Good evening," said a deep voice from the dark behind her. Horrified, the rabbit whipped around to see the glittering fangs of a strange creature. A dragon. I don't know why I say strange. It's supposed to be large creature. Glittering fangs of a large creature. A dragon. Good evening. Yourself on a night like this, the rabbit stuttered. The dragon grinned, a carnival of sharp, jagged teeth. Isn't it, though? A cool summer breeze, a night sky full of stars, a warm campfire, and some red, juicy strawberries, I see. The dragon's eyes were brimming with delight to see such company. Yes, well, they are quite good. What are you doing out here on such a night? Me? Well, I was just entertaining some wayward travelers. He gestured to the abandoned packs and rolled up cots to his side. You know, they taste so good when when their fear is just so palpable, when they know for certain that their lives are at an end. The finest cuts in the market, the best fare in the kingdom. Usually humans are so stringy and brawny, but if you do it right, just right, and take your time showing them what real fear is, then they can taste so sublime. The flickering firelight glittered against the dragon's smooth, jet-black scales. "Are you going to eat me?" the rabbit blurted out. She was not entirely thrilled with the new knowledge of fear having a taste. She thought if the dragon could smell her right now, she would have little time left on Rye. "Ha!" The dragon chuckled. "A little thing like you? Heavens, no. Or, well, at least not yet." The rabbit was not yet convinced, but stayed silent. After a moment, the dragon posed a dangerous question. "But you? Why are you out here on a nice night like this? Have you no family nor friends? I was understood that your kind, rabbits, that is, bred like, well, rabbits. See, you went ahead and had an entire colloquialism made after you, your large family type. So, it mustn't be too strange of me to inquire about your solitude. Where are your people? Where is the local rabbit bonfire party? The carrot fest? The Yuletide best?" The rabbit had left her family a long time ago, and even if she knew where they were right now or how to get home, she didn't want to disclose their location with this dragon anyway. Still, she didn't want the dragon to think she was all alone. Over hill yonder," she gestured casually to her right side with her tiny nose, "you will find a large willow tree. Just between the tree and the stream of Eden, that is where my family is, huddled up together, eating wild cabbage, watching the stars. I left earlier this night to go and find some strawberries for them. So, if you don't mind, I have found said strawberries, and I mean to bring some of them back to my warren. Rather quickly now, lest they get worried." She started inching away from the beast toward the berry patch and the shrubbery that would hide her. But the dragon crept closer, so close that he could feel her frightful breath. "No," the dragon whispered viciously in the dark, deep voice of his. Yes, I... "No, you didn't, and no, you are not," the dragon thundered, making the rabbit shiver. "You aren't going back to your family for a long time, I would say, from your sagging eyelids and scratches on your fur. Some of them are old, and some new. That tells me two things. One, you haven't been sleeping well, probably out of survival instinct and fear, traversing new lands, foreign lands, for a while now, and these new scratches tell me that you don't learn from mistakes. You don't care about anyone besides yourself, you selfish rabbit. You are out here, on your own, eating strawberries that aren't yours, drawing warmth from a campfire you didn't make, talking to a fearsome dragon you don't trust, afraid for your life. You are regretting just about every decision you've ever made up until this point," the dragon whispered maliciously. "It's true. I am ashamed." The rabbit sobbed, not only for herself, but also for the fear of never seeing her loved ones ever again. "I know it's true. I know much." The dragon rolled onto his side, so the fire warmed his belly, seemingly disinterested at his crying mammal friend. After a few more moments, after the rabbit had collected herself and nibbled on a couple more strawberries, she posed the dragon a question. "What of you? Where is your family? I know very little about this world, but I know that mighty dragons such as yourself have families as well as rabbits." The dragon chuckled again. "Don't you know already? I left them, same as you. They bored me, always bickering, always fighting with each other. So I went off on my own to gobble up delicious travelers and converse with runaway rabbits." The rabbit understood. "Then you are like me, and I am like you. Who knew a dragon and a rabbit could have so much more in common?" Who knew indeed? The dragon fluttered his wings, pulling one of them atop his head, as if to shield his face from the firelight. "We are the free. We take what we like, do as we please, talk to whomever we wish, and best of all, we can be whoever we want to be. We are the freest out of everyone in Rahe. No obligation, bond, need, nor creed. We are the real kings and queens of the valley." The rabbit was beginning to relax herself. She, too, lay down on the dirt, watching the stars. The night sky was clear. She lay under the canopy of stars, glimmering like firelight. It really was a beautiful night. And the dragon was right, of course. She was, in fact, a queen. She was free to stand up again and nibble on a couple more strawberries. And so she did. But as her back was turned, the dragon whipped around and snapped off both of her hind legs in a clean bite of his fangs. And the world went dark for the rabbit, darker still than the summer night sky had ever been. "How were those strawberries?" the dragon asked. They were exquisite. Better tasting than anything in the world, the rabbit whispered. The tree leaves shook as a powerful wind overtook the valley, extinguishing the light of the campfire. The summer moon glistened brightly against those shining, red, half-eaten strawberries. "Good," said the dragon. Alright, so that was The Sweetest Strawberry, the first short story in the collection of the Tales of Rahe that I've been writing. So comment in the comments that if whether you liked it, whether you think that I should probably not half-ass this recording. Tell me if my writing was shit and I should give up. You should actually tell me whether or not the visual, the POV was like way distracting, because I honestly haven't watched it yet. I just thought it would be a cool idea. So tell me whether you're like that. Like and subscribe if you aren't already. That would be really nice, and it would definitely fulfill my OCD. My OCD is always triggered when I have a low sub count, so you should subscribe if you like that. And later I'm going to be posting more of these Tales of Rahe. I promise. I was about to say none of them are going to be exactly that dark, but that's definitely a lie. These are some dark fantasy stories. So if you like that, tell me, because making a post on YouTube is kind of like throwing a bottle out into the ocean, and when nobody throws a return bottle, it kind of feels like a waste of time. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye.